So full disclosure, I'm a BFF founding member, and was really excited to get behind it because BFF represents this moment in time where I think a lot of people are very curious about crypto, about the metaverse, about NFTs, but they just don't know where to start. And BFF came along. So Brit, talk to me about BFF. What does it stand for?
Well, what does it actually stand for? We thought it was Best Friends Forever, but apparently now it's been renamed Blockchain Friends Forever by the community.
Tell me about when you started working on it and really what's the concept behind it?
So BFF is an open access community primarily to help women and non-binary people get educated, connected to one another, and ultimately rewarded in all things crypto and Web3. And it's at mybff.xyz. You can log on there. We have our first piece of educational content, which is a almost 2-hour live event that I know you were part of, where we literally walk you through the basics, like what is a wallet? What is the blockchain? Like what is an NFT? How do you buy an NFT? Where is this world all going? But from there, we actually are anticipating that we have many more things to come through educational content. We have a Discord community where people are getting mentorship. So if you have a random one-off question, you're like, what wallet should I use? Or I'm thinking of investing in Solana versus Ethereum. What should I do? There are tens of thousands of people now that are helping to answer those questions for you, spot cool projects that maybe you want to follow or get involved with, and so much more. We have a founding community of about 75 incredible women who are leaders in entertainment, venture capital, entrepreneurship, art, activism. They're authors and they're crypto experts too. And these are the people that are also helping to spearhead a lot of the content creation. They're bringing along their communities and ultimately trying to build what I hope will be the largest network of women in crypto and Web3 that has ever existed. We don't have it all laid out. We don't have the P&L forecasted, every month to date. We are letting the community participate in where this is all headed. But before they know how to participate, they need to get educated. And that's 100% what we're focused on right now.
You have a lot of female power, obviously, as part of this. Tech leaders, prominent tech investors, star power, like Gwyneth Paltrow, Tyra Banks, Mila Kunis. Take me to your conversations with a lot of these women. What'd you say? People just calling you up and being like, I want to get into crypto?
Combination, obviously, with every different person. With Mila, she actually launched a company called Stoner Cats in May of 2021 that is creating episodic content as NFTs. And she's gone way deep into this space and understands so much more than probably any other celebrity and has seen up close and personal how much of a boys club it can be. Yeah. So when I pitched this to her, she was like, Brit, yes, where do I sign up? Like, no problem getting her over the hump. With people like Tyra Banks, who's newer to Web3 and crypto, she was fascinated because this could unlock generational wealth for people of color. This could unlock new business ideas for her company, Smize Cream, which is a new ice cream brand that she's created with characters of all things as part of the ice cream brand. And but she was admittedly like, I don't know much about this. Should I participate? And I was like, you're exactly the person we want to participate, because most of the world doesn't know anything about this. And if you don't understand it, how can everybody else?
You have built a reputation of creating and supporting female-led companies. You've spent time in the pinnacle of tech. Was there a certain point that you realized this was personal to you?
I think in 2017, which was like maybe the second big wave, the big dip of crypto, when I saw 4% of female participants were in crypto, it just bothered me that we were going to let this one escape again. And I've fought so hard through my companies, Brit & Co. and Self-Made, and now with even offline ventures, I'm trying to invest in female founders as much as possible. Like, I just want to level the playing field. I just want women to understand that they have every right to pursue whatever they want in life, whether that be wealth, the career of their dreams, the business that they've always wanted to start, or to do none of that and to be a stay-at-home mom who just loves her life. And in order to do that, she needs to have financial freedom, and she needs to have educational freedom. She needs to know, that the world is open to her, and it's not right now. And the fact that this crypto world is the new world of the internet that's unopened to women, by and large, just lit something inside of me that forced me into making this a passion of, that I really want to see play out.
Is the idea behind BFF to eventually build out a community of crypto investors, crypto creators? Is that the headline?
We're figuring it out as we go. I think there will be many subgroups. There are already many investors, intentionally, female investors involved in BFF. I'm excited for how we can leverage that type of experience and education. We also have many creators and artists involved. I'm excited for what Web3 could mean for royalties and perpetuity for all kinds of artists, visual artists, written artists, music artists, etc. I think that, again, it comes back to getting paid what you're worth. And artists for so long, struggling artist is a term for a reason, right?
And you guys sitting here in Silicon Valley and whatnot, this is what a lot of people are betting is the future.
Totally. It's Web3 or Web 3.0, and people are expecting this to become a $10 to $100 trillion industry, greater than Web 2 or Web 1, and because of that, it's why I so passionately believe that women need a seat at the table. I don't think we were necessarily sitting at the table when Web 1 and Web 2 were getting formed. And not only do I want to see more women and non-binary people make money and build wealth from all of this, but I want them to help make the laws that Congress needs to pass to help govern, the crypto ecosystems and digital currency. I want them to decide, what does privacy look like when we're all using a blockchain, and anonymous identities, wallet addresses, and what are the user experiences like that feel comfortable and intuitive to us, not just to men.
And right now it's a boys club. This is like one of the first girls club of Web3, but it really is cryptocurrency and Web3 so far. Whether, I know a lot of people will say anyone can get involved in this and that, but if you look at the numbers, it is predominantly male.
Yeah, it's 81% male, to be specific,
Yeah.
and even worse in statistics about who has even started a company in crypto. 4% of crypto founders are female. Nearly all of them have at least one male co-founder. Very little allocation of venture capital has gone to women in crypto. It's an upside down world, and I can't watch this industry get started without us having a voice in it we did so many times in history. So I'm really passionate about helping however many women as possible get involved.
Yeah.
And again, at the bare minimum, get educated.
Why? Why aren't there a more diverse group of folks in it?
I think it's a combination of tops down and bottom up problems. Tops down, it's your traditional 2% of venture capital dollars go to female founders in general because it's so male oriented. So the funding that we need to fund women's projects, companies, et cetera, in this space is already very small. Men are mostly the executives leading these companies. So there's the boys club there. From a bottoms up perspective, I think there's this other concept where men are in these chats with each other. I watch men do this all the time. Do you see that new NFT project that's about to launch? Oh, are you going to get in on that? What do you think I should mint it for? What price should I pay, to get in on this? How do I get in on this? And they're just asking each other questions through text threads. Women just don't know to do that. They don't know who to ask. They don't know what questions to ask. Right. And they're certainly not in the communities to be able to do so. The men are not necessarily shepherding them in. So I think that we have a problem at both sides of the spectrum.
What do you think are some of the ethical issues we'll have to think about as we, embark on this new era?
I think privacy is really interesting right now because you have a wallet address, right?
Yeah.
And you need to tie that to your identity. I think that ethically, the sustainability thing is a huge conversation right now. However, Ethereum, which is one of the most widely used blockchains, has a new product coming out that they claim will reduce their carbon impact by like 99.9%. And I'm hopeful that this proof of stake mechanism that a lot of the new blockchains are turning to are going to have really positive impacts in that regard. I think ethically, we're going to have to think about regulation of crypto, like where is crypto accepted, where is it not accepted, what does that mean for digital transactions when the internet is global already in nature, and how are we going to solve those problems? So a lot needs to be solved for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel this too because it's personal to me. We've been a part of this last decade of innovation, right? Where you see what goes right and you see technology that transforms society, and then you see what goes wrong when there aren't enough different types of people who are making these decisions, right? Mm-hmm. And so I can imagine for you, having been a part of a lot of these bigger moments in Silicon Valley, this is super personal to you.
I started my career in Silicon Valley in like 04, 05. And one of my first internships was with a company called Radar. Mm-hmm. And it was a mobile photo sharing app, mm-hmm. like almost 10 years before Instagram, okay? So no one even had a camera phone yet. No one had a data plan yet. Mm-hmm. And we were throwing around acronyms like MMS and SMS and data plans. And it took like 3 steps to have to call AT&T and get the data plan and make sure it's on your, and it was not intuitive, but that was the future of what Web 2.0 was going to be, right? Mobile, photo sharing, social media. And I feel like we're in the exact same moment now where there's these weird acronyms that no one understands, and it takes 3 steps to even get an account to be able to transact in this way. And it's really exciting to think that, this movement will probably move much quicker than Web 2 because, again, there's financial incentives, there's venture funding like plowing into this, and because the rate of globalization in social media does exist now, so everyone's hearing about it faster than ever before.
So what does this become, do you think? Like, if we were to look into the crystal ball, like what does this look like on a larger scale?
I think that for better or for worse, Web3 does mean augmented reality and virtual reality. I'm hopeful it doesn't mean we're living in WALL-E where we're just like putting goggles on our head every day, but rather that it improves our day-to-day life. Maybe while we're working out, we feel like our personal trainer is there with us, in real life. And it gives us a lot of experiences that create empathy with one another. The beautiful thing about Web3 is that the community is naturally kind and collaborative and welcoming. And it feels like because everyone is partially an owner, everyone wants what's best for the masses. Right. Web 2 right now feels like we're all being dictated to and told how to interact with all these different networks and platforms, and we don't have a say, we don't have a voice. Yeah. So I'm excited for the fact that we might unite together once again as like humanity, yeah, and fight for the things that we really care about and create real change. If a bunch of men can go and try to buy the Constitution in a matter of 2 weeks, right, and raise $40 million to do that, like what can we do for climate change? Right. What can we do for women's rights? And what can we do for education that might have never been done before?